Hello, I'm Stuart Evans. Welcome to my YouTube video on repairing a faucet in the bathroom sink. If you want to come in, what I'm going to show you today is I am a very novice repair person. And so when I had this problem, as you can see, my sink is leaking. When I had this problem the first time, I looked on YouTube to see if I could figure out how to do this because I thought it was a daunting task that I would need to replace or fix this leak. I couldn't find anything on the YouTube, so that was kind of disturbing. So I had to try to do it on my own. As it turned out, it wasn't so bad, and that's what I'm going to explain to you about today. But I thought, hey, there's obviously people out there just like me that have no idea, no clue how to fix something like this, so I thought I'd make it quick and easy since so many people get on YouTube to look for repair ideas. Okay, so here's the sink. It's a Delta faucet. All Delta faucets, according to this parts instruction, says that Delta seats and springs, and that's the problem, there's a bad seat in here, for all faucets except for slow self-close modules. So this is just kind of a twist and turn valve. This is a Delta part number RP4993-B. Okay, one size fits all. Okay, so here's the tools that you need. You need a crescent wrench, or a pair of vice grips, or even a pair of pliers, just to loosen the nut that's going to be underneath this this valve here. Phillips screwdriver, and then another small screwdriver to reach in and pull out the spring and the seat. Okay, so we'll start with the first thing, which is to take off the top of this this side over here. Actually, I forgot to mention, the first thing you need to do is determine, is it the hot or is it the cold that's leaking. So the first thing you'll want to do is reach underneath the sink and turn off, I'm going to try the hot, and turn off the valve. And if you see that there's no more leaks, which as you can see the leak has stopped, then you know you're good. The odds of both at the same time having a problem are pretty slim. So I would just try the hot. If it keeps leaking, turn the water back on for the hot, turn off the cold, and that's probably where you're going to find your leak. So determine what side needs to be repaired. On the top of this valve, there's a little groove on the top. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but there's a little groove here that you just place your little screwdriver and you pry up just enough. It's fairly, unless there's a lot of stuff underneath, gunk in there, it'll pop off pretty quick and easy. Okay, then the next step is to grab your Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the screw on the top. Okay, next step, pull off the top. Next step is to grab your crescent wrench and loosen this nut. Shouldn't be too tight, you just do a quick loosen, unscrew it. Okay, then you're going to have this left where there's grooves on either side. You got to keep you got to note that, and it should just pop straight up. Okay, and as you can see, there's a ring around here that generally it's not a problem, and then you have these grooves over here that sit in the grooves on the side there. Okay, maybe take your rag and dry it off a little bit up there, and then this is where you have what's left is this hole. See if you can get into that hole there, and you just take your screw. There's the seat that you're going to try to reach in and grab, and the spring. Now pay attention to the seat, how that fits in there, because the seat will fit only one way, and then there's the spring underneath. But that seat has a more flat top on one end, and on the other end it's
it's more where it sits down like this. Okay, where this ring right here is very thin, and this is more of a thick top over here. So you want to keep that in mind. You take your part that you need, and you place your spring in. You want to put the spring with the narrow end down, and you just drop it in, or you can take your screw and guide it in, which would be probably preferred. Guide it in, and then you take your next piece and maybe guide that in with your screw driver, and then that seat actually goes to where it sits around that spring, and you got to kind of push it in. Okay, push it in with your thumb. Okay, all right, so it's snug. Okay, then you're going to put this next piece back in, making sure that the grooves are still in line, and you're going to pop that in. Then the next piece that goes back in, your screw or your nut. Okay, and then you're going to tighten that up, just snug. You don't have to over tighten, you don't want to over tighten. Clean this up a little bit, get a little bit of the water there. Okay, and the next piece is you place this back on and your screw back on. You could actually try to turn on the water now just to make sure it doesn't leak, so you don't, you know, in case there's a problem, you can try to fix it before you put all this back on. But now that I'm a pro, you want to put your top back on so that it's you have the Delta name, you know, facing upright, so you don't look dumb after you get it all in and your wife comes by and asks why the name's upside down. And then you just pop that back in. Okay, next step is reach underneath, turn the water back on, go all the way, and then turn it back maybe a half turn, so you don't have it turned on, or yeah, turned on all the way to the end. And then if you did a good job and you got a little bit lucky, you shouldn't have any more leaks. And as you can see, I turned it back on, no more leaks. We're done. That was easy. You get one of those easy buttons at that was easy Staples. Click your "that was easy" and you're done. All right, that's it. Thank you. Bye.